So I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This could be quite possibly be the best product that no one's talking about.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yo guys, dolls, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're old school, you know what we're about by now. If you are new school, please consider just like enjoying the content and subscribing. I don't know what the deal is with the algorithm, but I've been stuck on 19,400 subscribers. No matter how many new subscribers I get or how many subscribers I lose, I stay at 19,400. So I don't know what the deal is. So if we can try and break the algorithm and push me over 20,000, that'd be great. Because 20,000, yeah, it's just better than 19,000. So the product that nobody is talking about, and even some of the top YouTube demo guys are getting absolutely shit views on their videos for this particular product, and it is the Synergy system, or the Synergy suite of products. So if you guys don't know, Synergy is an amalgam of some of the best guitar amp builders in the world. So Mr. Fryatt, who makes power amps and used to work for VHT, then went into Fryatt amplification, and Mike Soldano and the guys over at Friedman, they all kind of got together and kind of picked up on what was an old Randall idea. So Randall, which I think again has something to do with one of the guys who are now at Synergy, had this modular system. So you bought an amp and it had 3 slots in it, and you put different preamps in the slots. Now, for some reason, they were discontinued. I have a fear that people are getting shocked. Who knows? Anyway, I've been using the Synergy system now for a couple of years, and it is just formidable. If you want true tube, if you're still that tube purist, but you want the flexibility of a modeler, but you don't want to go digital, this rig is for you. So basically it comes in a few different flavors. We have the SYN1, which is a single unit desktop module hub. So you stick one of these things in, which are these preamp cartridges. This is the Soldano one, which is made by Mike Soldano. It has preamp tubes in it. It has 212X7s. It is the preamp of a Soldano SLO 30, 100, whatever, it doesn't matter because there's no power amp. It sounds monstrous. It is really, really good. Then you've got another module I have, which I use regularly and love. It's this guy, which is the Friedman BE Deluxe. Now, I am addicted to these little things. So they're basically like Super Nintendo cartridges. They sound bloody amazing. If you haven't heard them yet, go check out some of my other videos. I've definitely done the Soldano and the Friedman as an individual video. So yeah, so basically, SYN1, you grab a cartridge, you throw it in, it will run XLR into your DAW, it will run out to the power amp of your favorite amp, so the effects return, or it will run into the front of house of your favorite amp into the input at the front end, all of which will sound bloody brilliant. You basically turn your amp into, especially if you're using 4-cable method, you turn your amp into if it's a 2-channel amp, it's now a 4-channel amp. And the 2 extra channels are whatever you want them to be. They could be Soldano, they could be Dietzel, they could be Friedman. So you can do whatever you want with any of them. Plus there's a whole other raft of companies that are jumping on board. Peavey, you get a 6505 preamp, so if you like those 5150 tones, you're covered. It's absolutely an immense little system, but no one's bloody talking about it. Anyway, what got me thinking about this is there's a new product been launched, which is the Sin20 IR, which is a 20 watt power amp hub for one module. That's a 20 watt power amp, and it has an IR loader in it with some additional hickory pokery. So you have like a resonance, but I think it's called resistance knob, which is kind of like a depth and presence switch, a few different voicings, and then you get 4 IR slots or 5 IR slots that you can select different IRs for each unit. You get a 3 switcher pedal. It's all MIDI. And by all case in point, it's the perfect amp. I'm watching these YouTubers reviews and literally no one is watching their channels. These channels are guys who are getting 1,000 views a minute. They're getting a couple of 100 views an hour over this product, which would suggest to me that no one really cares about it. And that's a crime as far as I'm concerned, because they are bloody brilliant. This is just basically an appeal for you guys to go and check out this product. If you are a tube guy and you want a small rig for your desktop, but you don't want to get into the modeling thing, check it out. Right, okay, the price of entry is a bone of contention, or could be a bone of contention. So basically, the SYN1 is about £600. That is without anything. That is just the carrier. That is just the hub. The SYN2, which is a 19-inch rack mount, and that does 2 Synergy modules, is about £1,000, £800. Then each module is between £350 to £400. So, if you were not bothered about just shopping and changing cartridges, which I'm not, I don't need to hot switch between 2 different modules, so I will be a Soldano while I do my Soldano stuff, I will be a Friedman while I do my Friedman stuff. SYN1 is great for me. So for under £1,000, well under £1,000, I've got the hub and a preamp of my choosing. Brilliant. That's value for money as far as I'm concerned. For the SYN2, you're looking at about £1,200 for 2 modules and a 19-inch rack. With the 2 modules in, brilliant, especially for a studio. If you were looking at running different flavors of amps and blah blah blah, a couple of those are just going to save you a ton of money. Bearing in mind, just the Soldano alone is £2,700. For £1,200, I'd get a Soldano and a rectifier, or a Soldano and maybe a Bogner Uberschall or something, or a Shiva, or an Engel Savage, or an Engel Powerball. There is literally anything you want from these companies. I think it's definitely worth a look at. Then if you were thinking about, right, okay, well that's studio dealt with, what about gigging? Like, can I gig this unit? Couple of different ideas, and this, we could talk about this for a hot minute. So the SYN20 IR is basically a SYN1 and a 20-watt amp head and an IR loader all in one box for £1,000 without a module. So you're now looking at about £1,400 for a 20-watt IR loaded amp. The closest thing to that would maybe be a Rev generator. I know that Laney have started throwing in some 2-note IR loaders into their amps for a little bit less money. Rev are maybe about 1,500, 1,600. So for the price of a Rev, which has got the IR loader in it, you could get a SYN20 and a module, or 2 modules, depending on the price of the Rev. That's good value for money. 20-watt amp head, really quite loud, what the reviewers are saying. And it's also an audio interface as well, and an IR loader and all of that good stuff. So it could be a bit of a solitary unit. It is your studio hub for your modules, and then you just take it to a gig. It'll run a 412, and it will also run front of house, so you get the best of both worlds really, with additional IR loading facility on it. Very, very cool. £1,000 though. If you've got a SYN1 and you've got a few modules and you don't want to then spunk another grand on what is essentially a powered amp SYN1. You could maybe think about getting a Friet power station instead, which is made by the same company. They're all part of the same team, and that runs at about $750. So the family of products is quite involved. There's a lot going on there. There's a kind of everything for every price point or every need or desire or want. So that's basically it. That's me tuppence. I just want to. That's not me tuppence. I don't want to be showing me tuppence. It's my 2 pennies worth of kind of not so much of a rant. Just man, I don't get it. So if you guys could let me know in the comment section below, what is your vibe about this system? Because it's been out now for a while. We're looking at maybe 7 years, 8 years. It's been a while, man. Vi's jumped on it, and that's kind of the reason I kind of found out about it, really, through Steve. It's like, okay, this is pretty good stuff. And if he's doing it, man, like this guy knows what he's talking about. If he's using it, the guys from Opeth are using it. I think Ola England has just jumped on board. I think he's using one now, touring with it. It's just a very, very tube man's modeler. A little bit more expensive. I say if you go and get yourself a quad Cortex for 1,500 quid, it's done. The job's done. It's not a power amp or anything, but neither is the SYN1 really. So for a couple of £100 more than just a SYN1 and a cartridge, you're gonna get a lot more stuff. But it's a modeler. It's not tubes. These are tubes. These are real amps by real companies. So the SYN20IR is just released, a little bit expensive. If you've already got a SYN1, I would recommend maybe just checking out the Friet power station or the Friet IR. I don't know what it's called. It's like a little one. I'll put a picture up and I'll put a description in the comment section below. Get one of them, and then you've got the best of both worlds. Then you've got the SYN1 and you've got a power section. So you can use your SYN1 on your desktop, and then when you go into a gig, you just take your other little unit, smash them together, and you've got all of those tones. And you do get a pedal switcher as well. So basically you get your channel and a bypass, so you've got a 2-channel amp there. That's it really. So yeah, check them out. I don't know whether this video is really long or whatever. Maybe I could do with shortening it, but I don't know how to do that. We're having a debate. This is what this is. It's a debate. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below about why you wouldn't involve yourself in this system, or are you wanting to get involved but the price point isn't right? Just let me know what the deal is, because I fucking love it, man. I think it's such an amazing system. Am I gonna not use my Laneys? Well, no, because my Laneys are my sound. I've got my live rig sorted. But when I'm multi-tracking with the Laney stuff, just being able to pull up a Friedman, just like literally plug that in like a Super Nintendo cartridge, and I've got a Friedman BE, £2,700 amplifier. It was £350. I want another layer. I want something a little bit modern, high gain. I throw a Soldano in. The Soldano is a £2,700 amplifier. It costs £300. Easy, and they sound bloody brilliant as well. So why wouldn't everyone just want one of these things? Anyway, let me know, because I'm confused. I'm confusion. So in the comment section below, let me know why you wouldn't jump on board. And let's see. Let me figure out why people aren't just raving about this shit, because it's not just me. Other YouTubers are seeing quite a low return of views for these products, which would suggest to me there's not a high amount of interest in it. Why isn't there a high amount of interest? They've been around for a while, they're proven now. Good price for what you can do with them, but still no one is interested. I am confusion. Anyway, bit of a different one this week. No playing, just talking, just asking the community, what do you guys think of the Synergy system? And if you love it, why haven't you got one? And if you have got one, which one have you got? And if you haven't got one and you really want one, which one would you want? Thanks for sticking around till the end. It's been a chatty one. Yeah, let me know. Right guys, I'll see you in the next one, which will be some more chuggery and fuckwiffery. Take it easy.